leave here with is you have bias as long as you are breathing. If you do not have unconscious bias, then you need to see a doctor or an undertaker, right? Something might be wrong. It is part of how we function. So if you're one of the people who's running around the world saying, oh my God, I don't have any bias, I was raised better than that, please don't ever say that again. Okay? Makes you look kind of crazy. So I would like you, by show of hands, raise your hand if you identify as a good person. Please, the good people, please raise your hand. Really? Aspire to be a good person. I'm sorry, I'll widen the group a bit. All right, aspiring good people, fantastic. Those of you who didn't raise your hand, we've got some talking to do, okay? So most of us do aspire to be better people than we are, maybe today, tomorrow. And what I would like for you to understand is that in the world of unconscious bias, in the world of diversity, equity, and inclusion, how we treat each other at home, in our lives, in our workplace, if you have unconscious bias, if you're willing to go there with me and understand that it's just part of the human condition, it's how we're hardwired to take shortcuts because our brains are really lazy, then there is a really high probability that you are probably treating some people less than well and you don't even realize it. How many people have ever offended someone without meaning to do it? Right? Yeah, and right, go hands up, went up quick for that, okay? Maybe I should have said how many people are crappy people. So it is important, the first thing for us to do is recognize that unconscious bias is a natural state of the human brain. To have bias is normal, it's natural, it doesn't make you a bad person. But you've got to not only acknowledge it, but then you've got to do the work of actually finding the biases that you have. So tools like the Harvard Implicit Association test can help you identify where some of your biases are. You've got to check what's on your hard drive because based on the well-meaning people who raised us, who trained us, who brought us up in some religious way, whatever it is, media, books, all around us, we're taking in biases all the time, and we may not be kind of mining that hard drive to see what messages are still useful. And I believe that those of us who identify as good people have a responsibility to each other to actually figure out what outdated beliefs we might have and do something about it. So the key, in my mind, to dealing with bias in the workplace is to stop talking about your racist manager and your sexist supervisor, but to actually do some introspection and examine the space that you occupy within the workplace and within your life. If each of us only took responsibility for the impact that we were having on the people around us, we would be looking at a very different state of the world, right? Bias right now is affecting so many systems at so many levels. So my books were written from the personal to the global. Overcoming Bias is an independent study on finding your own bias and figuring out what to do about it. Erasing Institutional Bias is my second book. If people are biased, so are the systems that we build, and there are ways to identify that and break it down. And then the third book was the second edition of the B Corp Handbook, which looks at how do we think about diversity, equity, and inclusion at a global economic scale. How do we create room for everyone to be part of the journeys that we are on? Okay? But we've got to take responsibility. If I had to sum up the work that I've done on 5 continents, I got 1 continent left, y'all. If anybody knows anybody in Antarctica that needs some diversity help, please let me know. I can't find a damn racist penguin to save my life. So all the work that I have done worldwide, okay, on diversity, equity, and inclusion, if I could sum it down to one core tenet, what happens at home and in our lives, we have incredible grace for our family and our friends, the relationships that we have stake in, the relationships with legs. We will tolerate our sister's clown antics and shenanigans because we love her, even though she gets on our nerves. Our best friend, who goes on and on and on about her drama, we allow it because we want to stay friends with her. When we get to the workplace, we lose touch with each other's essential humanity. That's what I see as the centerpiece for all of the crap that we put each other through. Somehow, when I'm sitting next to Catherine, in the accounting department, I don't care about her or her story. She's a cog in a machine, and this is whether I'm a manager, supervisor, CEO, or an individual contributor. Somehow we think that in the workplace, the rules of our interpersonal connectedness don't count, and that's trash. That is absolutely wrong. We are a symbiotic system of animals. At the end of the day, we're freaking animals. Y'all know, Chatty Cathy, oh my God, I brought cupcakes for everybody. How are you? I remembered it's your cat's birthday. Here you go. Right, so I'm totally that girl. That's why I play her well. So she can be annoying, but you're kind of laughing and she's not bringing you down. That energy actually does lift you up, no matter how extreme it is from your own. And the opposite is also true. That guy who comes to work and says, I can't stand none of y'all, I'm not gonna say hello, I just come to get my check and I'm out, right? No one wants to be on a team with that guy because that energy is also contagious. So if there are people in your workplace who are feeling like they have to cover their LGBT identity, who have to cover their blackness, who have to show up as professional, and professionalism, y'all, is real problematic because that's a placeholder for show up like a white male, okay? And I have nothing against white males. I married one. My third and final husband was a white man. I didn't kill him. I just left him, okay? And he doesn't represent all of you, I know. So it's all good. But having to cover and hide yourself and pretend to be someone you're not and try to fit in actually causes you harm. It increases your blood pressure. It increases your stress and decreases your productivity in the workplace by up to 80%. And when one person is feeling like that in the system, it is affecting everyone else within the system. So if nothing else, enlightened self-interest should be your motivation for treating each other with some grace and respect. Fair? All right, so I would like for you all, if you could repeat after me, I am a work in progress.
I am a work in progress.
One more time, I am a work in progress.
I am a work in progress.
All right, so don't feel bad when you mess it up. When you step in the diversity doo-doo pile and you get it wrong, I do it all the time and I'm a whole professional in this area. Have some grace for yourself and have some grace for the people around you, and maybe we can make some progress. Cool? All right, thank you.
Hey there, thanks so much for watching. Do me a favor and like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to click the bell.